Today I fucked up by loudly going at it with my girlfriend while my mother-in-law was at home. So, this actually did happen today, about an hour ago. For a bit of context, due to personal circumstances I, 27M, have recently moved in with my MIL and significant other, 27F, of 4 years, and we are all sharing a flat. With that out of the way, buckle in. Today we decided to go at it. My MIL was going out for lunch, and it seemed like the perfect opportunity, as our rooms are pretty close and it's hard to have some intimacy otherwise. We knew she was away because her room was open and no one was in, so we decided to take the chance and experiment a bit. We did anal and were pretty loud. Ass slapping, heavy moaning loud. I am usually quiet, but even I decided to let go and was pretty loud during the whole thing. After the deed was done, we decided to shower together while we commented it. We like to state which things we liked and even crack some jokes, so that's what we did. We were, once again, pretty explicit and loud, to the point she kind of yelled at me, while standing in front of my MIL's room. I had come like a garden hose, because fuck it all, we were having a laugh and alone after all. After coming out of the shower, I saw my MIL's room was closed, which kind of alarmed me, but I thought it was my so's doing. So I jokingly and loudly asked her, "Have you checked if your mother is home?" Can you imagine if she was? My significant other darts out of the room and comes back pale as a ghost. Her mother was in her room. Which, mind you, is across the bathroom and frigging beside ours. When did she come back? Was it while we were loudly fucking? Was it during the shower? Was she always there? We do not know, and that makes it all the worse. Too long did not read. Loudly went at it with my significant other thinking her mother was away. She wasn't. Send help. Edit. I didn't expect this to blow up as it did while we were away. I tried to keep up with comments, but was unable to. We are going back home now, so I will edit if anything else comes up. But with my MIL pretending nothing happened, I doubt it will. Update. Just got home and had dinner. Everything is fine and we are much calmer now. MIL is still pretending nothing happened and so are we. Many thanks to everyone for your support, we really appreciate it. We were embarrassed beyond words, so reading all your stories and comments helped calm us a lot. I do want to take this chance to comment on some things some of you are pointing out. I was a bit explicit on the sexy bits because the comments we were making were even more explicit, not because I wanted to brag about it, although I do get some of you might see it that way. It also wasn't just the kind of situation where we were just holding hands, which made everything much worse. Finally, thank you kind strangers for the awards. They are actually my first ones. Oh crap, your mother-in-law is going to tell your wife. Imagine her TIFU. Dear Reddit, today I fucked up by coming home earlier than expected and listened to my daughter and son-in-law fuck like a jackhammer demoing a building. Don't say a thing. Your mother-in-law has been smashed hard before in her lifetime, I'm sure. You're young, she gets it. Did your daughter get her love of anal from you? Double down on the chores this week, cook an amazing dinner, buy her some flowers and never speak of it again. This is the way. Oh dear Lord, that is awful. Just apologize and come up with a system. You should ask if she heard for closure. Ask your MIL if she has a Reddit account and can post her side of the story. Today I fucked up by announcing my non-pregnant wife was pregnant. So there's two parts to this fuck up, which was just made apparent to me today. Backstory. My wife and I, and 2 little kids, live in a very tight-knit community and we have super nice neighbors. Anyways, our niece asked us about a month ago if she could move in while she finished her last year of school. We have a fairly big house with an extra guest room, so we were like, yeah, no worries. Over the last couple of weeks, she's been incrementally dropping stuff off and will finally move in the 1st of November. About a week or so ago, I'm headed out to the store and I'm slowly driving by my next-door neighbor Patty. I wave hi then say, "Hey, did you hear that we're expanding?" Patty. "Oh my gosh, well that's exciting. When did you find out?" Me. "A couple of weeks ago." "Yeah, 7 more months then she's done for good." Patty. "Wow, good for you guys. Was this planned?" Me. "Well, it wasn't our plan, it was more Linda's plan." Using air quotes. Car behind me beeps. Me. "Oops, gotta go. Talk soon." So fast forward to today, when Patty came over with a "congratulations" card, signed by all our neighbors and $100 Amazon gift card inside. When I saw the card, I burst out laughing and my wife just looked dumbstruck. I then explained the situation to Patty and my wife and we all were dying laughing so hard. We all agreed to give the gift card to our niece to use for school. TLR. Niece is moving in, but accidentally made the neighbors think my wife was pregnant and received an Amazon gift card. This is one of the most wholesome misunderstandings I've ever heard. Okay, but do you think your neighbors would have given you a $100 gift card for your niece moving in? I would have offered to give them back the money somehow. This is the only way a man declares a non-pregnant wife to be pregnant and live. Where do you live? Asking for a friend. I wish there was a subreddit for things like this that had nice endings. Today there was a cute misunderstanding, or something similar. Congrats on the niece and amazing neighbors. This is what I want out of communities. This is how it ought to be. Proud of you guys. I'm gonna say this before anyone else. Looks like you gotta impregnate her now. Edit. I have a very smooth brain, I did not mean MAME by any means. Please don't be pissed at me. You just lived an idea for a 22-minute, 90s sitcom episode where everything could have been resolved in 5 minutes. If they just called Patty and told them what happened. Instead, the man never told his wife what happened and never told Patty the real story. Fast forward 2 months later, he tells his wife she needs to either wear looser clothing, gain some weight, or walk around with a pillow under her. Last scene is the wife walking around the neighborhood when the pillow falls out. Patty sees and makes a funny face. They pause on the face, cue the laugh track, and the theme song plays. Today I fucked up by making an entire movie theater think my date roofied me. This happened last night, but I'm still filled with shame from what went down. Last night, I decided I really wanted to see the film Halloween Kills while high in edibles. I decided to ask my friend if he was down to go and naturally, like any college student would, he said yes. We decided to take them while walking down to the theater and I figured I knew my tolerance. I took 20 mg and waited for them to hit. I'm not inexperienced with edibles, and figured this amount would be alright. We get to the theater and everything's going fine, until we get to our seats and the edibles really start to hit. All I can think about is how much I want a cheesy pretzel, and decide to get one. Wrong move. After I'm done and the movie starts, my heart rate starts rapidly accelerated. Every time anyone gets killed in the movie I start to panic, and almost cry in fear. I couldn't stop thinking about how sad it would be to die, and my brain is really attached to these slasher victims. Suddenly, I couldn't feel my stomach, and worried I would puke in the theater. I go to the bathroom, and sit on the floor of it for a solid 20 minutes, just chilling out on the cold tile. At this point, I'm starting to feel better. I decide to go back to the movie, where my friend is baffled at what's going on. Throughout the movie, I repeatedly go back to the bathroom, stumbling through the theater, probably making a shit ton of noise. Eventually, I just decide to chill on the bathroom floor until the movie ended. My friend shows up, telling me we should go for a walk. All I could think about was how cozy the floor was and low-key wanted to live on the ground. But he kept repeatedly and sternly saying we need to leave. I stager out of the bathroom, annoyed in my high that I don't get to chill on the bathroom floor. 3 women stand behind him, following out the door of the theater. While I thought it was a little weird, I didn't think too much of it. Until we were on the streets, about to get into an Uber when one of the women rush up to me. "Ma'am, are you okay? I saw you were sick in there." Since I was higher than I've ever been, I had no idea what was happening. "Oh yeah, I'm fine. I didn't throw up or anything." The woman looks at me confused. "No, I just want to make sure you're getting home safe with him." I repeatedly assure her I'm okay, before getting into the Uber. Apparently, I was not as sly as I thought when I was going to the bathroom, and a group of concerned movie-goers thought I'd be drugged. While I was in the bathroom, these people kept their eyes on him to make sure I didn't get assaulted. Even though this was an incredibly sweet gesture, I know I'm absolutely screwed with my friend. Not a great time when an entire theater thinks you roofied someone. At this point, I know my friend is pissed, but all I can think about is going back to my dorm bathroom and taking a snooze. I got home, chilled with my roommate and went to sleep. Too long did not read. I got extremely high on edibles while at a movie theater and a group of concerned citizens thought I was about to be assaulted by my friend. Edit. I feel like I should note that he was the person who bought the edibles. So while the fuck up was bad, we were kind of in it together. He obviously didn't get as stoned as me, so that's my bad. Anyways, things are good now. I apologized and we laughed it off. For the people in the comments wondering if this will damage his reputation, I think things will be okay. When the people who came to check up on me asked if I was okay leaving with him, I said yes and they let me go home with him. When they saw us leave together they knew he was someone who would get me home safe and could be trusted. As for everyone else in the theater and the employees, I don't think they noticed. No employees came out to check up on the situation and I think everyone else thought I was high. It was a Saturday night in a college town, so it's not out of the ordinary. I appreciate everyone's concern over his reputation, but I don't think this should be getting back to anyone. If it did, I would be sure to clear the situation up. I'm not planning on doing this again in the future, it was a stupid mistake. That's the thing about edibles. One moment you're pissed off cause you wasted money on that shit. The next you're holding onto something trying to concentrate on continuing to live. If I was your friend, I'd be pissed too. If someone had called the cops, your friend would probably be arrested trying to explain his innocence and you'll be in an ambulance heading to the hospital. If any of his professional contacts gets a whiff of this case before it's resolved, shit will hit the fan for him. It could have ended really badly for him. You need to buy him some flowers and a card. The part about you screaming in fear when someone was slashed had me rolling. I think it's a cool thing to see humans looking out for humans. I get where you might feel bad and embarrassed, but imagine if you had been in trouble? It makes me smile that people care enough to intervene on the behalf of a stranger. You have some serious legwork to do to make it up to your friend. A lot of people now think he's a predator and should they cross paths again may intervene in an actual date night thinking the woman may be in trouble. I'm glad people looked out for you, but his reputation with those folks is shot. Never know who is at the movies or how it may impact him over the next year. It's not illegal to say hi. I would have explained myself. That's what I used to do when I got too fucked up. Almost like being high in public is a nuisance to other people. People die in the Halloween Kills movie? Spoiler, what the fuck dude, put the spoiler tag on next time.